I will not accept a life I do not deserve. Words I have been shouting on repeat since witnessing the conclusion of Ty West and Mia Goth's X-Trilogy, Maxine. After a 2-year wait following the back-to-back release of X and Pearl in 2022, we finally know what happens to Maxine Minx after the appropriately dubbed Texas Porn Star Massacre of '79. A new city, a bigger cast of characters than ever before, an 80s backdrop, and a serial killer on the loose. Were they able to stick the landing with this potential final chapter? Let's find out. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and movie lovers of all kinds, and welcome back to the channel. As always, I am your host, Brett Murphy, and for today's video, I have a brand new ranking for you all, as I am going to be ranking the X Trilogy. Before I hop into the actual ranking itself, I just wanted to let you all know that I have an entire playlist dedicated to all of my ranking videos. There are well over 100 videos in that playlist for you to enjoy. So if rankings are your thing, then be sure to check that out, and I guarantee you'll find something you like. And so without further ado, let's hop right into things. Coming in at number 3 of 3 is going to be the recently released Maxine. I genuinely don't see where a lot of the hate for this one is coming from. No, obviously I don't think it's as good as X or Pearl, hence why it's in last place, but by no means do I think it's a bad or even a mediocre movie. Personally, I really enjoyed it. Mia Goth is truly hypnotic. She had me lingering on every word in every single scene she was in. On top of her performance, the writing for Maxine in this flick was the perfect continuation and conclusion to her story. It all felt very natural to me and was executed flawlessly. It doesn't feel like a horror movie at all though, so people expecting that will be disappointed. The kills are still present, there are some genuinely brutal and disturbing scenes in here, but it's very much a murder mystery thriller more than anything. I think the reveal of the killer will leave fans divided, and some decisions Maxine makes will leave some people a little frustrated too, but it all sat just fine with me. The supporting cast is so damn good. I'd say the strongest of the 3 movies. Kevin Bacon is just awesome. Every scene he was in just instantly elevated the movie. Elizabeth Debicki, Giancarlo Esposito, Moses Sumney, Michelle Monaghan, and Bobby Cannavale are all fantastic. I honestly could have used even more of all of them. They were that good. I also loved the thumping 80s soundtrack, costumes, and sets. The vibrant score from Tyler Bates and neo-noir detective vibes throughout. I think there are some pacing issues, the ending left me a little unsatisfied, and I would have liked a few more kills to be honest. While I wasn't bothered by the killer reveal, I saw it coming very early on. Still, I found this to be a more than worthwhile conclusion to one of my favorite modern horror trilogies. Landing in that second place spot is going to be Pearl. I really think Mia Goth deserved so much more recognition for this role. The complete 180 she did after playing Maxine and Old Pearl to this was bananas. Then you go one step further by adding in the fact that they secretly filmed this either partially alongside or just after X, which is even more insane. Like, we got X and Pearl only 6 months apart, which just never happens these days. Based on my tone of voice, you should already be able to pretty easily tell that I loved this one. I think it turned out mostly magnificent. I do have some small nitpicks though, like they could have done a bit better on the side characters, and the build-up got a bit slow at times. I didn't find any of the supporting cast to be all that interesting. I know they're not the point of the movie, and Pearl is the star of the show, you know, it being called Pearl, but still. I could have used more of them. Pearl's mother is the best of them though. We know the snap is coming too. This being a prequel and all, we know the way Pearl ends up, so it's not a matter of if, but when will she break. It does definitely take its time in getting there, and it's not wasted time by any means. It's all meant to better establish the character and create tension, but again, that doesn't mean it can't have its slow moments. However, when the snap does finally happen, it's glorious. Not quite as bloody or violent as what we saw in X, but arguably just as shocking. Pearl's view of the world is spectacularly portrayed in a couple of dance/musical numbers, and Mia Goth delivers an all-timer movie monologue. Not to mention, this flick concludes with what might be the most unsettling end credits I have ever witnessed. And claiming that #1 spot, which by now you will already know since there's only 3 movies, is X. Okay, so this one ended up being way better than I had expected. I didn't have a ton of interest in it during the build-up with all the trailers and stuff. I didn't even bother to go see it in theaters, which I greatly regret to this day. When I finally did watch it, I was shocked by just how much I enjoyed it, and that feeling has persisted after numerous rewatches because this has just straight up become one of my favorite horror movies in recent memory. A callback to iconic 70s slashers in all the right ways. Brutal kills with excellent practical effects, interesting characters, great tension building, expertly crafted foreshadowing, and really just a whole lot of everything else you want in your slashers. Mia Goth is a star, as Maxine Minx has since gone on to become a modern horror icon. Above all else though, I love the way this movie cleverly subverts most expectations. Sure, at times it does fall victim to some of the all too familiar slasher tropes, but for the most part it is much deeper than most people think or may even realize. This isn't one of those "you just didn't get it" rambles or anything like that, because that is probably my least favorite argument in film criticism or commentary. But there is no denying the many themes in here about aging, love, lust, exploitation and voyeurism, sexual freedom and repression, and not accepting a life you do not deserve. There's also a metric ton of dark comedy and satire in here too that I loved. Wonderfully crafted with love, care, and passion by everyone involved, from director Ty West down through the whole cast. I love this movie. So that is all for today's video, folks. Be sure to let me know down in the comments below if you agree or disagree with my ranking. While you're at it, don't forget to let me know how you would rank the X trilogy, and if you'd like to see a 4th movie that has been recently rumored on and off a little bit. What would you like to see from Mia Goth or director Ty West next? Comment below to let me know. As a reminder, this is the revamped BAMTube Movies, and it is your one-stop for everything movies. Be it rankings like this one, video essays, top 10s versus videos, tier list videos, I have it all and so much more, along with your daily nerdy news wrap-ups. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that little bell icon so you don't miss a thing. As always, folks, I thank you all so very much for watching. Stay happy, healthy, and safe out there. From myself and the rest of the BAMTube team, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time, and that's a wrap.